Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 67 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled Wedding on Level 44. 3 weeks later. Oh, they're all so pretty. You groaned as your thumb scrolled through the online catalogue for RFO's wedding dresses. Get them all, your best friend said as she lay beside you on the school lawn. So helpful, you replied with a snort. No, seriously, help me. I don't know which to wear, and the wedding's this afternoon. See, that's what you get for putting it off, she reprimanded, sitting up to look at your phone screen. That one, she said, pointing to a gorgeous one. You sure? Positive. Have I ever been wrong before? She asked slyly. Your best friend was a lot of things, but she had this uncanny way of knowing what outfit would look good on you. Can't fight you there. Okay, I'll get it. Oh my god, you gasped. What? It's so expensive, you wailed. Girl, you have expensive taste. Bitch, it's your wedding day. Go shine bright like a diamond. God bless Rihanna, she said, holding her hands up in praise. You flopped back on the grass dramatically. Trouble in paradise? A voice called, and your best friend lit up like a Christmas tree. Hey babe, she called out, as Mirio and his two best friends walked over. Tamaki smiled gently at you as he approached and sat down beside you on the grass. Is everything okay? He asked softly when he saw the dead look on your face. I can't afford the wedding dress of my dreams, so I'm walking down the aisle naked, you said with a dead straight face. Tamaki went bright red, and his lips quivered as his mind went south with that image. I'm kidding, you chuckled as he sat up and kissed his cheek. I wouldn't do that. Oh, well, I was gonna say that I would give you everything for the dress, but it's not because I don't want to see you. His voice trailed off and you covered your face bashfully. Getting bolder, Tamaki? You whispered, removing your hands so you could lean into his ear and kiss him on his earlobe. Thankfully, Mirio, best friend, were deep in conversation with Najiri as she added her bit every now and again, and none of them had heard the conversation between you and Tamaki. So you ready for this afternoon? You asked Tamaki as you leaned your head up against his shoulder. He nodded and smiled at you as he kissed your forehead quickly. I know we're already married in game, but I want it to be officially official. I can't wait to see you in your wedding dress, walking down the aisle to me. Same here, you beamed. Hurry up, woman, you'll be late for your own wedding, your best friend screamed at you from the other side of the change room later that day. What time is it? You called back. And aren't I supposed to be late? I'm the bride, you muttered as you looked down and straightened the front of your dress, looking at yourself in the mirror again and turning side on to see your profile. Guess it'll do, you thought as you opened the door and stepped out. Well? You asked your best friend. She welled up with tears and clapped a few times before putting her hands together with fingers touching her lips. You look amazing, she wailed. It's all because of me, but still. You rolled your eyes and laughed. Okay, yes, credit to you. Thank you for choosing the dress. You're always welcome, babes. Butterfly's gonna love undressing you out of this one, she gestured to the dress. Can you stop? You gasped with embarrassment. Okay, let's go. The two of you thanked the shop assistant as you left, and then hiked the front of your dress up as you both ran a bit to the teleportation site to head to level 44. Okay, stay here. I'll go and check if they're ready, and then I'll come back, your bestie said as she stepped up onto the teleportation platform, calling to be taken to level 44. You took a few deep breaths in with hands on your stomach as you stood there waiting for her to return. Oh, I didn't think I'd be this nervous, you thought to yourself as you felt your stomach do flips. She returned shortly and smiled at you. Ready, babes? She asked as she held her hand out to you, indicating for you to step up onto the flat platform too. You nodded and took her hand, stepping up onto the teleportation platform beside her to be teleported to the level that you'd be wed on. As you and her materialised on level 44, you looked around and nearly cried. So many people had attended your outdoor wedding among the beautiful pink and purple leaf trees on that level. Gingerly you stepped down and stepped over to the beginning of the aisle that was set up to channel you down between the rows of chairs for the attendees. Musicians from level 31 had agreed to come and play a violin cover of your favourite song as you walked down the aisle to your man, who was standing at the front in a beautiful black and white suit. He had a tear in his eye as your best friend linked arms with you and walked you down to him. Magata was also in a black suit, and he couldn't take his eyes off your bestie as she moved beside you. As you made it to the front of the chairs, you smiled at Butterfly and stepped towards him, He took your hand and then gave his promise to Sexy Schoolgirl 69 that he would protect you and love you forever. She nodded with an approving nod after hearing his promise and handed your hand over to him, allowing him to lead you to the officiator of the ceremony while she took her spot as the maid of honour beside you. The wedding started, and to be honest, you didn't hear a lot of what the celebrant said because you were too caught up staring lovingly into Butterfly's eyes while the two of you held hands facing each other. He would mouth, "I love you," occasionally to you, and you'd squeeze his hand and smile back at him. All too soon it came for the ring exchange, and you looked at your bestie for the rings. She whistled loudly, and her handsome fox came trotting down the aisle with both your rings strapped to a small pillow on its back. A chorus of "awws" went through the crowd as he neared the front, and Butterfly took them off his back and held them up to you. The vows and rings were exchanged, and then came for the kiss. Poor Butterfly paused and glanced at the crowd nervously, not wanting to kiss you in front of so many people, but your softly encouraging words changed his mind. "Come on, baby, you can do it. Don't look at them, just look at me," you whispered lowly and sweetly. His eyes met yours and he leaned in hesitantly, so you quickly closed the gap and initiated the kiss, to which everyone clapped and cheered. The rest of the afternoon went well, and everyone had a great time. Then came time for the throwing of the bouquet, and all the single girls gathered for the throw. "Ready?" you called as you held the bouquet up and turned your back to the sea of anxious girls. 1, 2, 3! You threw the flowers backwards over your shoulder and a scream erupted. You spun around to see your best friend holding the flowers up triumphantly, and you burst out laughing. Magata was the darkest shade of red you'd ever seen, and it made the whole situation that much more funnier. "You're next!" you screamed to your best friend, and she threw you a peace sign. Butterfly came up beside you and hugged you after the throwing of the bouquet had been completed. "Do you think her and Magata are ready for this?" "Who knows? We just have to wait and see," you said as you turned and kissed your officially official in-game husband. "We've met our fate, so maybe one day soon they'll meet their fate too." "We met ours pretty rapidly though," he added with a wink. "Funny boy," you cheered playfully as you leaned up on tippy toes and kissed his nose. "Let's go cut the cake." Oh, congratulations on your wedding. There ends chapter 67. Stay tuned for chapter 68.